We are going to keep you waiting no longer. It's going to be the third quarterfinal of the 4 that we have available for you today. It's the Valor series presented by AT&T. It's going to be UPSLA taking on Feroxx on the battlefield.
Yeah, let's see if they're going to invade here. And Team Feroxx looks like they want to invade. They want blood. They want to get the blue. And a lot of teams set up for the blue because when you take the blue, it gives you an advantage because it gives a cooldown reduction, allowing you to rotate and quickly clean up your jungle. And looks like the invade is going to happen. They're going to go straight for the blue. Team UPSLA is going to give that up and go ahead and continue and maybe potentially counter jungle here with the Tulin going over to the enemy side blue jungle. Yep, Tulin and Thane and Zephyrs are rotating up. Perfect trade here. This is exactly what you want to do when invade happens and you know you can't contest it.
And so with that, we're going to have a nice little invade here coming from the side of UPSLA, but it's going to be an immediate battle. The 3-man knockup coming out of Zaxa. He's going to force the other members of Feroxx to get back towards that middle lane tower. Andy God finds himself a little bit too far out and finds himself in the pit of death as Courage is able to take that down. The other members of UPSLA are going to have to be forced to disengage.
Yeah, very nice play there by Feroxx there. They're being the more aggressive team, and normally in the early game, the team that's more aggressive and decisive and initiates dishing out the damage first is the team that's going to come out ahead, and that's exactly what happened in this simple skirmish here. So now they have about a 200 gold lead. They need to again convert this into taking the Bat Sentinel. It's going to spawn in about 10 seconds here, and the team that's able to exert dominance over these key objectives is the team that normally comes out ahead.
Coming up on the 2-minute mark, the important timer to make sure that we know Arena of Valor, a much faster-paced MOBA that we have here in the mobile esports world. You've got the Sentinel that is spawned, as well as the 2-minute mark now. You have the Abyssal Dragon, which is an extremely important objective because it provides gold as well as experience for you and the rest of your team.
Yeah, and UPSLA is able to take the Spirit Sentinel, and then now Feroxx is trying to rotate and then trade for the Dragon, which is actually a really good play by both teams here. And you see the level up that they get from taking Abyssal. The Abyssal Dragon gives your team experience and gold for killing it. The Bat Sentinel only gives gold to your team. So the Abyssal Dragon is a more important objective to take, and Feroxx is able to take the Dragon over the Bat.
And so now we're going to have ourselves a little bit extra of a reset. Zuka going to decide to go back. That's going to be Neo being forced to walk back into the lane. God going to catch Chamu and get that vision. Remember, there is no utility vision outside of that vision bird, so you're going to have to be forced to face check. And so if you don't have any members of your team, you better make sure that you know where everybody else is at.
Yeah, this is why you see what Chamu is doing with Lumbar as the support. You want to be in the bushes constantly to give your team that vision, that information, because heroes like Lindis and heroes like Max can give vision using their abilities, but there's no type of mechanic like a flare or a scout that you can place or ward to give you vision. You have to get in the bush first.
Meanwhile, Friend was taken down earlier by Flowery. As a result, Numbers and Chamu and the rest of their team are going to try to get themselves a little bit helped out. Courage is going to be doing a little bit of poke. Flower, meanwhile, firing himself up on the bottom side of that map, and this is that aggression that we were talking about. Both of these teams lurking on the bottom side of the map to try to get themselves a little bit of extra pressure.
Yeah, Zephyrs, once he turns level 4, he's a force to be reckoned with. He gets his Death from Above ultimate unlocked. It has a very low cooldown. Once he gets a level 3 on that, it's a 12-second cooldown. Look at Zuka there, coming in and bursting down the Finnick. A nice jungle rotation invade by the side of UPSLA.
Meanwhile, Courage is going to have to be forced to use that ultimate to get himself out and alive. That is going to be a successful effort now. But look at the 3-man stun coming out of Friend. The rest of Feroxx are coming to follow. Numbers is coming up on the backside. That Lubu, we know the damage that he can create, but regardless, another member is going to go down. That's 2, rather. Flowery picking up Courage. It's going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of Feroxx.
Wow, what a nice counter. You know, they lost, the Finnick was killed, and then Feroxx then all decided to rotate and collapse and get some kills, and that kept them in the lead here with 800 gold lead. So really nice decisive call by Feroxx there to then punish UPSLA for staying in the jungle for too long.
As we're now up on the 4.5-minute mark, the second Abyssal Dragon is ready to be taken, and that's going to go into the hands of Feroxx again. 2 Abyssal Dragons pre the 5-minute marks. That's allowed them to secure a 1.3 thousand gold lead here just before the 5-minute mark, as we're seeing now 4 members roaming around, and it has all been on the backs of the teamwork that they have provided. You've got a little bit of damage coming out of Antigod, but it's not going to be enough. Here goes Friend on the backside. A 4-man knockup is going to rock the members.
The Chaos Protection came out by Chognar. The Chaos Protection negated that knockup and allowed the team to continue that engage. What a beautiful play by UPSLA God there, by canceling the Lumber ultimate, using Chaos Protection, and jumping on the enemy heroes.
And every member of Feroxx that was in that battle was defeated. They had 1 left alive. Numbers was in the top lane by himself, and that's going to provide so much of an advantage.
Yeah, what a great play there. And you can see now UPSLA is going to take the advantage here. However, there's no way for them to take a tower. They do take the blue tower. They do take the bottom tower, though, with Chognar. So that's a really good play and trade there for both teams. So they're now even on the tower trade.
And so now you're going to have another kill going out into Numbers. And I believe we're going to have a replay available of that last fight, because that 4-man knockup was absolutely unstoppable by God.
Yeah, and look at this. The knockup comes up, and watch Chognar. He has an ultimate called Chaos Protection, which basically cancels out any CC. The knockup comes out, and he turns it on, and the team's right back in the battle. I mean, that was an amazing counterplay by Chognar. This is why Chognar is such a good hero to work around.
When everyone is firing on the same meter, good things are going to happen, but there's no short of action here on the Antares battlefield. It's going to be Numbers all in the back by himself. Lubu is going to get ripped from the battlefield. His death timer is going to start ticking. You're going to have to be a heal forced out of the multiple members, and that's going to be the members of Feroxx being forced to run away.
You saw what UPSLA did. Lubu was out of position, so as soon as they saw him out of position, the entire team then just collapses on him, because the rest of Feroxx is running away from this fight. And look at this other engage here. Zeo decides to go in, and then he gets CC'd and killed by the Thane. So really nice job by Team UPSLA with these rotations and team fight decisiveness.
10-4, 16,000 to 3.5 is the advantage UPSLA over Feroxx. But UPSLA, while they were down 2 Abyssal Dragons, it's the early fights that have pulled themselves off to secure the lead that they have. 2 towers to 1. They now secure an Abyssal Dragon in their favor. And as we come up on the 7-minute mark, it is now all about the Dark Slayer that's on the map.
Yeah, it is. And look at the gold lead now. UPSLA has a huge advantage. And if a Tulin gets ahead of your team, that's going to spell a lot of trouble on the side of Feroxx here. And you have a Chognar that can just disengage the Lumbar Earth Shatter ultimate, which is going to give them a really tough time. And then you have a Thane you have to worry about as well. Wow, look at that dodge there. That Zeo Courage barely got out of that alive. If he did not do that wind shift in time, Thane would have got him, and that would have been a really bad situation for him.
So now we've pulled ourselves into the rotational aspect of this game, ensuring that everyone wants to make sure that they can get as many turns they need. But it's going to be another Flowery is going to rip out to the Fennec, and there's nothing that he's going to be able to do, but he's going to go down as well. Zuka picking up the kill onto Lubu, and now Chamu's the last one left alive. Zuka, he's going to dodge, he's going to move, he's got the moves indeed.
Yeah, and you saw Neo, he waited for his passive, which is the Chi from Panda. When Panda has the passive up, the next attack does 15 to 20% damage amplification. It just deleted Lumbar, who's the tanky support. So really nice play by Neo here.
And so now the Spirit Sentinel is going to go down. The members of UPSLA are going to reallocate their resources back towards that top lane. There's 1 more outer turret left remaining. It's going to go down with ease. And that's going to be the outer ring available, which is going to give them plenty of opportunity to invade into that jungle.
Yeah, and I love that Zuka is being played so much more often in NA here. He is an underrated hero, I believe. His kit is so strong. He's mobile. He does a lot of AoE damage. He has an AoE stun. He has a knock-up. He can jump around and, you know, get to the back line. He has a damage amp passive. I mean, Zuka is a very good hero, and I love seeing Neo play him right now.
But the members of Feroxx are not the ones done dying just yet. Antigod going to pick up that kill onto Numbers. Chamu's going to be forced to run away and get the hell out of dodge as Zuka is coming in onto the mats. He's only got a staff, but that is 1 quick panda. He's going to be able to pick up another kill indeed. 2 members lurking under that middle turret, but it looks like the members of UPSLA want to go in and finish off that kill. You can see Friend going to not go down. The last auto attack from Thane's sword not going to be enough, but the tower for take.
Yeah, I really like this draft. Zephy's death from above, and you have the Panda's ultimate. both 2 AoE stuns, and you have Chognar who can slow the enemy once he gets up to them with his, and also negate any CC with Chaos Protection, and he can do energy surges that slow down enemy team and does damage. This is a very good composition for 2 divers like Azuka and a Zephyr, and then the Tulin just comes in and cleans up. I mean, this is exactly how they want to play. The Thane can go in and frontline or put someone in a really bad position, and then also Thane has a really good ultimate where when the enemy team is low on health, it takes away percentage HP.
Meanwhile, we had another kill being picked up there. We had Neo on that absolutely fantastic Panda. Is doing everything he can. Zuka, the mobility, the assassination, but more importantly, the skill of proficiency that Neo is able to provide 6, 1, and 5 here just 10 minutes in.
Yeah, exactly. And that mobility, that damage burst coming out, along with the Thane combo, was a composition that was played in Southeast Asia a lot. Thane was really popular with like Genji on the team SMG, who they're very well known in SEA. And the reason why Thane is so good with Assassins is because Assassin takes all the damage, puts all the damage out, and his ultimate Excalibur does 15% of the target's lost HP as physical damage. So the lower HP you have, and you get hit by a Thane ultimate, you are in big trouble because you're losing 15% of that lost HP as damage.
Nothing is more terrifying than being low on HP and seeing that greatsword fall straight towards your character.
Yeah, and it's an AoE too, so he can literally wipe a team out if the whole team is low, like 20% health or less. If that lands on an entire enemy team, Thane can literally just wipe out their entire team.
So now we're at 11 minutes in the game, and this is where UPSLA has the opportunity to push themselves off and secure the biggest and best objective, which is going to be that core in the middle of the base. But they have to go through the 3 high ground turrets first, as we're going to see the turtling defense come out of Feroxx. They're going to have to be forced to go and back off themselves a little bit. A great effort by UPSLA to continue to keep these minions pushed up in all the waves. You can see Neo with that Zuka on the top lane. They're going to be pushing off, and you're going to have everyone floating towards the top side of the map, potentially going for that top high ground turret.
Yeah, so what they want to do is they want to organize the waves. They want to have all 3 waves crashing in at roughly the same pace and the same time, because that allows them to see which tower is less defended, and they can then attack and rush that tower to push it down. That's what you see a lot of people do in other MOBAs. Once the waves are organized, you can do that. It looks like UPSLA is not going to do that, and they're opting to go for the Dark Layer instead.
Like patience that they're providing right now, they understand that while they have a lot of advantages, 9,000 gold, it's Dark Slayer that's going to be able to put them over the mark against Feroxx. They're going to be able to take it down with these. You're going to have a little bit of zone up as Zax, but instead, he's going to decide to re-engage. He gets himself a double knockup, and he got sitting on back one, fighting off against numbers. God is going to be able to pick up that kill. His champ team friend are down. The only one left remaining is going to be that Feroxx, but he's nowhere inside. The rest of his team falls off the mark, and that's going to be big death timers for the
Just said, bye-bye team, you're fighting, gone, running away. Fennec need to be in the fight. His Fit is their damage dealer. He has 3 tier 3 items, but he needed to be in that fight to help them win that fight. Unfortunately, they were not able to capitalize. Dark Slayer got UPSLA pretty low. Oh my god, look at Dyer. Get a Fennec backline. This should be the game.
Yeah, there's not much that they're going to be able to do now. It's 1, it's 2. They want to go ahead and get clean sweep of the high ground turret. It's going to be the 3 tap coming to the step from Neo, and just like that, it's going to be UPSLA falling a little bit forward, but they're going to go up, and away and win the game against Feroxx.
Yeah, and I see, you know, with the Tulin, it's going to win. But Tulin actually didn't do that much. The Zuka and God on Chognar was godly with his ultimate, his Chaos Protection.